Alright lads, it's example. Welcome back to another video, and today there's a shitload of going on in the community at the moment, alright? So we currently have half of the game changers and other people from all over the world somehow getting their hands on the golden grace that is FIFA 21. Like the game doesn't officially come out for like 10 days, but everyone can play it in 2. These guys had the full game, the disc and everything. Mbappe actually leaked his code by mistake because he showed a picture of the inside of his case where you could see the FIFA 21 voucher, and somebody took the code and uploaded it to Twitter. It was pretty funny, kind of karma, kind of happy. Anyway, so the thing that I really want to talk about today, other than the fact that nearly every big YouTuber or streamer are playing the game, is the competitive FIFA format for the year, the pitch notes that we have available for the EA Sports FIFA 21 Global Series, and then obviously the schedule for that. I want to run through it. I've heard some things, and I know I'm sorry in advance because I'm going to get pissed off, and I don't want the wrong person to see this, but if they do, do better next time. All right, that's all that I have to say. But I've genuinely not looked at the pitch notes. I have heard rumors, but I want to get into this as quick as I can, upload the video and show people what I think, which I'm no chump around the scene. I kind of know, like, I understand it, and I see both aspects being from a players and a businesses. So, you know, bear with me, but at the same time, don't be afraid to cause havoc when I do. All right, let's get into it, boys. Let's look at what we could be in for this year. Okay, so evidently, pitch notes, EA Sports FIFA 21 Global Series. So it's the information. Obviously the pitch notes is information about anything, but this specifically is about the FGS, otherwise known as the FIFA Global Series. Alright, Rushan Shikar, he is the League Operations Manager. I'm not entirely interested in what he has to say here. In the midst of this is no longer possible yet. So basically we can't do LAN events. That's okay, I understand that. Like I would like a bubble of some sort, but you know what I mean? It's not gonna happen, realistically. So to accomplish this, we have completely reimagined the EA Sports FIFA 21 Global Series to focus on online regional play from home. So these are which the regions are going to be placed in. So obviously North America has Canada, Mexico, United States. South America, Oceania is Australia and New Zealand. And East Asia, West Asia, obviously Europe has all them countries, which is going to be an absolute fun time. And then let me see. Alright, South Africa will have its own qualifier due to its relative distance, but join West Asia for the regional playoffs. Let me see. Just get off my screen, please. Middle East and Africa region will join the Europe region rather than the West Asia region. Wait. Oh, okay. So that's if they're playing. Okay. That's after. That's for the playoffs, as far as I'm aware. Yeah? That is for playoffs. These are not. Oh my god. I was wrong. Egypt. I was wrong. Egypt, Israel, and Turkey, I understand, because we play people from Romania. Egypt, how is that? Geographically, how far away is Egypt? Is that further than other places? Like Turkey's pretty far away too. Like how many hours is a flight to Egypt? Anyway, that's not going to be fun to play any Egyptians in some European games. Doesn't make sense, but okay. We'll join and blah blah blah. Alright, regional rankings. Instead of a single global ranking, each region will have its own ranking for each platform supported in that region. The level of competition in each region will differ, and the points available to competitors in each region will be based on the amount of qualifiers and number of competitors in those qualifiers. The regional leaderboards will dictate who qualifies to each regional playoffs. Friendly competition FIFA game data centers. So this must be, or we have worked with our internal teams and poured over data from millions of matches to create our plans for FGS 21. To facilitate the most stable game environment for online tournaments through the start of the FIFA 21 Global Series season in each region, we have selected the specific connection method or FIFA game data center to be used in each region. Okay, so you're going to have to use a specific server, you know what I mean? So P2P and these, we have Frankfurt. Man, I have a, that's so annoying. I literally have a server in Ireland, like in Dublin. Okay, fair enough. If I'm playing someone else from the UK, we're playing on a Dublin server. But anyway, I guess if I'm playing someone in Romania or something, yeah, I agree. But like, if I'm playing someone close to me, or like say the UK, we are playing in Ireland. We have chosen the countries that make up each region based partly on which FIFA game data center they may have the best connection to after many tests. Okay. A pre-season scrimmage will be held on October 31st and November 1st to help players have a competitive practice run and help us and our tournament operations partner gather more real-world information for tweaks and improvements before we move into the regular season. Will be done using the friendly competition game mode, which players will unlock after FUT Champions verification. Okay, fair enough. So this is a big one here, look. The FIFA 21 Global Series will not move to PlayStation 5 or Xbox Series X, as this is a transition year and the new consoles will not be released until after the season has started. Given this, like, 5 weeks, that's all. Alright, say, how long is the season? We're talking probably October to July. Alright, so that's, how many months is that? That's 9 months. Okay, for the first 5 weeks, alright, for the first 5 weeks, we will be on Xbox One and PlayStation 4. And then for the remaining 8 months, we have a chance of playing on next generation consoles, definitely enhancing our gameplay experience all around. Alright, so it's less than a ninth of the whole season, but they are not bringing this esport forward, and they're actually leaving it there because of 5 weeks out of 36 weeks. So it's pretty much a 6th or 7th or something. Oh, ridiculous. Anyway, with the move to separated regional play, the following regions will have competition exclusively on PlayStation 4. Oh, with the move to separated regional play, the following regions. Oh my god. So that means Oceania, East Asia, West Asia, and South Africa. Every single player is going to be on PlayStation 4. That's going to be competing. That's crazy. Holy shit. That's actually revolutionary, because now obviously it's going to be more on the one console, which kind of makes sense. But I just can't believe it. I just never really expected that. So all of Oceania, so that's all of Australia, New Zealand, all of East Asia, and all West Asia and South Africa are all going to be on PlayStation. Wow. That is crazy, man. Okay, with only 15 to 24, 15 to 40 FUT Champions verified players on Xbox One in each of these regions, we are consolidating competition into the PlayStation 4, which has historically had a larger number of FUT Champions verified players. But yeah, so, and then Europe, North America, and South America will continue for both. That's crazy. I like that. Okay, I'm a fan of that, so fair enough. So what do you have to do? Register to compete, achieve verification, FUT Champions, earn points. So that'll be FGS points. So that's how you get up the leaderboards for competitive FIFA. Earn points in online qualifiers, represent the football club in domestic leagues. Ireland, please do that soon. Qualify for the regional playoffs. So you gotta verify yourself and obviously sign up and shit. And then this is where it gets a bit weird. So this is the point system. So the best weekend league performance of the month, you will earn the following number of global series points. Now this was the same in FIFA 19, and I didn't mind it. You have 4 weekends to get your best weekend result. It's kind of fair in my opinion. Now it does put more of an emphasis on weekend league, so it's gonna be sweatier again. But it is what it is. I don't really mind that. I surely, if you're not good enough to get a decent finish in them 4 weeks, I don't understand. But yeah, we'll keep moving on. So we have 5 qualifiers in Europe. Sorry, I have the hiccups. North America have the same, and then all these are different. I'm sure you can read yourselves a little bit, but yeah, so 5 for North America, South America, and Europe, and then 3 for the remainder. So please read the official rules, alright, whichever. Okay, so this is basically the format. Wow, I just saw something. Did you see that down the end of the screen there? What did I just see? No Swiss format in online events. Wow. Okay. Some players may be disappointed with the removal of Swiss from the online ecosystem. This decision was made after much deliberation. Firstmost, this year's Global Series is about earning points based on your finishes across a number of tournaments. The qualifiers are not singular events searching for the undisputed best players to move on to an important in-person event. Instead, this year the Global Series is in search of consistent performance across multiple events to qualify players to the regional playoffs. With this approach, we can reduce the grueling gauntlet of a Swiss tournament in a single weekend and use the number of qualifiers to help determine consistency. So does that mean they're invited? Are they invitations? To support this initiative, it's important to award points to many more of the players in a tournament. With a double elimination tournament, we can achieve this. This season, up to 66% of players, depending on the number of entrants, will earn points in each qualifier. With a Swiss format, we would not be able to achieve this without having players continue to play long after they've been eliminated from any chance of winning the tournament. Okay, another major factor in removing the Swiss format from online tournaments comes down to the wait time between rounds that the Swiss format creates. That's very true. Alright, I'll agree on that, but the next round in a Swiss tournament cannot begin until all matches in the previous round have been completed. In an online tournament with hundreds of competitors, any number of things can delay a match. Yeah, we all know that. The switch to double elimination improves the player experience and helps minimize stress and anxiety by ensuring players move from match to match at a much quicker pace. That's like, we don't know if that's going to be true, by the way. Like they say that's going to be possible, but you really don't know. Who knows? Like the player before you, they might have a huge discrepancy and you might be in such a disadvantage. You know what I mean? But the good thing about the Swiss is if one person holds up somebody, that means everyone's held up. I would much prefer everyone be held up than one person. I think we should stick together. Like that. Does that make sense? I would much prefer everybody being the one boat than one person getting harshly treated because there's some bloke being a dickhead that's supposed to be his next match. You know what I mean? I think if we stayed as a unit, it'd be better. But I suppose for game management and like systematically for the admins and stuff, it would be a lot easier to do it this way. This is more convenience over fairness, in my opinion. Because if I am that person that gets fucked over, you know, because of the player before me, there's going to be murder. Anyway, so I don't understand how this is going to work, if I'm being completely honest. It sounds like how do you qualify for like European leagues? Like how do you get into the league? I don't understand. All right, I don't really understand that because they don't really give a clear like way of doing it. You know what I mean? Like they just say league. I don't understand it. The qualifiers are not singular events searching for the undisputed best players to move on to an important in-person event. But I must have like a few little like knockout tournaments throughout the year or something, like Gfinity a few years ago. One of the defining traits. Let me see. All right, we don't really need to know this. Players will not earn. Oh shit! Wait. Players will not earn global series ranking points in domestic leagues. Instead, they will play for automatic qualification in the regional playoffs. Holy shit! That is interesting. Due to the number of leagues, there will be an additional regional playoffs play-in stage for PlayStation 4 players in Europe, which will determine which players from those leagues will play in the regional playoffs. Okay. So you're playing for playoff spots. This is like FIFA 18. This is what happens in FIFA 18. Hey, Domino's. No vegan. Thanks though. But yeah, this is like that's like FIFA 18 as far as I'm aware. In this way, there will be a minimum number of seats at the regional playoffs determined by global series points that are earned exclusively through competitions that involve all FUT champion verified players in the region. Okay, cool. I kind of like this idea. All right. Now it's shit for me because I live in Ireland and we don't have a league. But maybe the Premier League will let us in. Maybe not. I doubt it. But yeah, so there's the spots. I need 22. The following approximate numbers of seats will be reserved for domestic leagues in each regional playoff. We will confirm the final maximum number in January 2021. So it's at least 22. So that sounds like, say if it's 64 players, 44 of them are coming from at least all the leagues within Europe and stuff like that, which is interesting. All right, and then regional players the top players in the region, as determined through global series points and domestic league play, will compete in one final event to determine the regional champion. Okay, that's fine. All right, we know that. All right, let's see. FIFA majors. Details around the FIFA E-Nations Cup will be released at a later date. Fair enough. Probably a later date as well, I'd imagine. Yeah, so yeah, the E-Champions League is a European thing, which is great. So this is the prize breakdown as far as I'm aware. Regional playoffs, it is 64, 400,000, 100,000 for first place. Ooh, that's more. Let me see. Pricing per event. Look at fucking PlayStation getting more than Xbox. Class. So Europe, Xbox 150,000. That's the same as last year. Online qualifiers. So they're the 5 leagues, isn't it? That's some good money, man, for an online qualifier, I'm not gonna lie. So the tournaments begin November 28th to 29th, 2020. So that's ridiculous. Look, the first qualifier is after the next gen consoles come out. That doesn't make sense to me. But that gives us a lot of time to get verified, which I am happy about. Each qualifier will take place over 1 weekend. Okay, in some cases, players will stop to play to be continued on broadcast 2 weeks later. Okay, let's go. Alright, so there's all the dates. I will make sure to keep them at some point. But, you know, they're very spaced out. I'm a fan of that. It gives us time to make a good team, especially for the first one. Alright, season kickoff, Twitch rivals, preseason invitational, goodbye my chance, and YouTuber Creators Cup. That's cool, like DJ Mario and stuff. And then FGS FIFA 21 challenge on October 29th, and then you watch it there. Alright, we move. Fair enough. Now, they don't mention anything about restrictions. They don't mention, like, am I wrong in saying that? Like, I'm not entirely sure. But let's see if there's anything here. Alright, let me just go check up and then I'll get back to you, alright? And then I'll just continue on the video. Now, so I couldn't find anything based off some of the rumors I had heard. I am going to mention the rumors because they deserve to be deliberated about, alright? So, it turns out, as far as we are aware, now this could change, this could all change. What I'm about to say is just hearsay. So it turns out maybe no restrictions for teams, so fully pay to win is in effect. There's no word on loans, so we don't know if we're able to use loan cards at these qualifiers. You know, I know that, you know, if you're looking at the screen here, the season launch, right? So we have the FIFA, you know, preseason invitationals and shit, yeah, whatever about that. But like, you know, the European qualifier, it's not for a whole 2 months or something, all right? Our teams will be pretty decent, but it's evident that some players will be putting 10 grand into the game, 5 grand minimum. I know them. I've played against them. So like, to not give people the know, all right, not to give the people the knowledge or the information about whether we can use loan cards or whether there's some sort of what do you call them, restrictions, like to not mention it at all to the majority of people is astounding to me, because now I have to think, if I want to compete without knowing if there's going to be restrictions or not, I need to put in more money. Alright, that's because, like, I don't know, maybe they could turn around and go, yeah, there's no restrictions in like 7 weeks, and then I won't have the money to be able to put things in, so I won't be able to compete against some of these players that have unbelievable teams. Now, teams are kind of a minuscule difference, but they could be the difference between, like, you know, somebody doing amazing or somebody not qualifying for, you know, one of these events or something of the sort. Alright, so it's such an annoying thing to not get any information over. Alright, now, like, it's just annoying. Like, they really should have said something. You know, they just talked about like minor things and like the format, but we need to know more than that, especially with, you know, like, it is 2 months away, so for the majority of people, they'll be able to save up a lot of money if they do need to spend more points. But like, they should really tell us, in my opinion. But anyway, so yeah, October, you know, we have invitationals everywhere, so there's no competitive gameplay for anybody that wants to grind up until over a month away. All right, so like the first was 28th, 29th. They should bring out some sort of, you know, these FIFA 21 challenge preseason invitationals. Why don't just do a FIFA 21 challenge and, like, the first people to enter it, you know, get into it or something, you know, for people that want to grind. Now, like, I'm sure there will be tournaments like Foothead and Foothead tournaments and that kind of thing, but like, I think they should have, you know, they should just be more open for everybody else. I still feel like this year could be a year of those that have dominated in previous years, which isn't going to be good for anyone, in my opinion. Anyway, so yeah, this is how it's going to work out, right? So Europe, North America, South America, East Asia, Oceania, West Asia. Now, so that's, you know, you go to the playoffs, you make it through the playoffs, you go to the FIFA World Cup, and hopefully the FIFA World Cup will be in person in some sort of bubble, or hopefully we won't need a bubble because it's nearly, well, it's about 11 months away. But yeah, the time frame of that is November to June, June, July. So can we please just talk about for a second, like, November to June, new consoles come out 2 weeks, 10 days to 2 weeks before the first qualifiers. They've given us less time in previous years of FIFA from the start of the game to do a qualifier. But this year, when we have a brand new next gen console coming out, they can't give us 10 days to 2 weeks. Like last year, we had to qualify or verify, so get 27 wins or more in the first week of FUT Champions to qualify for the first qualifier. All right, which is ridiculous. And now we have a chance of playing next gen for a whole season, completely enhancing our gameplay experience of FIFA 21. But they decide, because it's too short notice, when the leagues don't actually begin, you know, until a few days after at least. It is crazy to me. All right, that's all I'm going to say about that. But yeah, so that's FIFA 21 in a nutshell. The one thing that I would mention to everybody, all right, say if you're like me, all right, I'm pondering over the line of going pay to win because I'm hearing about this no restriction shit, or like pay to win is back fully and like flex, you know, and I'm like in my head, Jesus, do I need to put more money in? First thing you should do, if you're good at the game, all right, and you believe in yourself and you 100% believe you're going to make an event, then yeah, do. But for now, I'm going to pace myself. I'm not going to go mad. I'm just going to put the amount of points I had planned to put in, and then, you know, in about a month's time, maybe a month and a half, I will put the money in then when I feel like, yes, I will make an event if I do put in them extra few FIFA points to, you know, maximize or optimize the team that I can have for the first qualifier. But do not make any rash decisions. Do not start pumping money into the game when you have no idea if you're going to be good enough to make an event, and just waste your money. All right, don't waste your money. Not in this game. Not in the amount of information that we've lacked today. And in my opinion, we should all get this information as a collective, not a drip fed down the chain. Feedback is fine, you know. The big boys, the big hitters should be able to provide feedback for those like Russian, Shakar, Larry, Sam, few others, like they should, but it doesn't mean they should know before everyone else, in my opinion. Okay, well, that's all I'm going to talk about for today, lads. So FIFA 21, 2 days. I'm gonna go watch every single stream possible, maybe get a bit of a I don't know, content from them, steal a bit of content somewhere. But yeah, I'm gonna be streaming later as well, boys, so catch you later. It's been Example. Kiss kiss.